What up, everybody? It's your man's Ken Jackson with my daily commentary. Uh, it's funny. Um, I post not a whole lot, actually. Hold on, let me straighten this out here. I tell you, I'm OCD about this shit. But anyway, I post not a lot, not as much as I should. But it's funny some of the comments I get in my inbox from people. Um, People are they take shit so personally. And this shit's entertainment, y'all. It really is. Y'all shouldn't take social media so goddamn seriously. Uh, but some things you should. If people are putting out, good information, then yeah, pay attention to it. If it relates to you. But if it don't relate to you, if it's not addressed to you directly, calm the fuck down. Don't get your panties all up in a bunch because somebody has an opinion about something or somebody comments on something that you may be following. Because again, that commentary is not directed at you personally. Everybody has a right to express their opinions. Period. They have a right to say what they want to say. Whether you like it or not. You may not like what the fuck I say. But guess what? I'm going to say it because I have a right to say it. And you got the right not to listen. You don't have to watch my channel. If you don't like the comments that I make, during my commentaries and during my live broadcasts and my posts, you don't have to click on them and watch them. I spend a lot of time, some days, looking through the internet, looking for subjects and looking for, stuff to speak about. And I come across a lot of shit that I don't like. I come across a lot of shit that doesn't excite me. And it doesn't bother me because people got a right to post what they want, say what they want, how they want to say it. Now, and then not only this, I don't mind the comments. I love the comments that I get. So I'm not telling you to stop commenting on my post. I'm just saying that if you're gonna comment, keep that shit civil. You know what I'm saying? Because the personal attacks are something that won't be tolerated. I don't attack anybody personally except Donald Trump and his administration because they are fucking up the country from the inside out, which I'm about to get into some stuff here in just a few minutes. So if y'all don't like my negative commentary about this administration, just don't watch. But if you're going to watch, and if you disagree with the things that I say and the things that, I put out, go ahead and state that you disagree with it. You can tell me, you hate what I say, You can't stand the fact that I'm on here, giving my commentary. That's all well and good, but don't attack me personally because I don't attack you personally. Yeah, I say MAGA maniacs and, and idiots and cult members and this and that. But I'm not coming at you directly. I mean, if you don't fit that description, then it shouldn't bother you. If the shoe, excuse me, but if the shoe fits, wear it. Wear it with pride, damn it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get all pissed off. because you're a part of a cult. Don't get all pissed off because somebody is calling out your cult membership. Don't like it, don't put yourself out there. Oh, and another thing, if you don't like me commenting on your material, turn your comments off. I'm going to comment. And I want you to comment on my shit too. Like I said, I don't want you to stop commenting. I'm just telling you, don't attack me or anyone else, in my feed personally. We all, have to exist together whether we like it or not. There's a lot of stupid people in this world. Guess what? I don't like stupid. Some of you might consider me stupid. That's all well and good. I cannot control how you feel about me or anybody else. Only thing I can control is how I respond to it. So, again, keep the personal attacks out of here, all right? If you want to attack generally, you want to attack my opinion or attack my views, that's fine. That is fine. But don't attack me personally or anyone else for that matter. Everybody here has a right to say what they want to say. Put it out there. Be honest. One thing I love more than anything is honesty. I don't care if you're a racist because your racist attitude and your racist ways don't affect me. I'm going to continue living my life. I'm going to continue directing those around me that work with me and for me. And we're going to keep on moving forward regardless of how you feel about us. You know what I mean? So it's all good. But just be honest. Be honest in your hate. Be honest in your racism. If that's what you are, that's who you are, hey, let me know. You can tell me straight up. You can say, hey, Ken, man, I'm a motherfucking racist. I don't like black folks. I don't like Chinese. I don't like Hispanic. You can tell me anything you want. You know why? Because I will have more respect for you in your honesty than you trying to hide who you are and smile in my face and converse with me as if we're old buddies or something like that. Yo, if listen, I'm gonna say this, okay? Because and let me first of all let me put this. Let me tell this little story. When I first came to Florida back in 1993, my dad was already here, and he used to tell me about, the local Klan meetings that would go on, and they would actually advertise in the paper here. Back when we used to get daily newspapers, they would advertise their Klan meetings in the newspaper. So one day, me and a friend of mine decided, hey, you know what? We're gonna go to this Klan meeting. We're gonna show up to this white supremacist Klan meeting. We're gonna walk in there. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna listen to what they're talking about. And it was funny as hell. We walked in and the room got silent. Everybody turned and looked at us and they had that look in their eye like, nigga, you're in the wrong place. What are you doing here? And me being the guy that I am, I said, hey, is this the town hall meeting? Because that's how they advertise it, as a town hall meeting, a community meeting. So I went and sat down, and I sat down up front. I made sure everybody in that fucking place saw me. And I said, hey, go ahead, with your discussion, So they went ahead, and I could tell they were a little uncomfortable at first, but then eventually, they loosened up and they were like, talking about how, they hated pimps and prostitutes in their neighborhood and drug dealers and niggers. Yeah, they said niggers. They hate niggers in their neighborhoods and shit, and this and that. And after, they gave all their dissertations and shit, they opened up the room for questions and comments and whatever. I raised my hand. I wanted to say something, and I did. I said, listen, I said, I really enjoy what y'all are talking about. I can't stand pimps and prostitutes and drug dealers in my neighborhood either. And I really hate niggers in my neighborhood too. And their eyes got big, and they were fucking shocked. They said they couldn't believe it. And let me tell you why I said that. Because I don't give power to that word, as a derogatory word against me. I give it no power. And I do hate niggers in my community because it's niggers that has the black community fucked up. And so I really want y'all to understand what the difference is, because there is a difference between niggers and black folk. You know what I mean? And here's another thing that a lot of you Klansmen and white supremacists don't understand. Niggers come in all colors, shapes, and sizes. Niggers ain't just black. Niggers are Hispanic. Niggers are white. Niggers are niggers. See, and that's how we've taken that word and rematerialized it, because all black folks ain't niggers. Most black folks are not. But some of y'all niggers, and you know who you are, all you gangsters and thugs and you so-called real niggers out there in these streets menacing, the community, doing everything you can to tear down the community while you claim you love your hood so much. That's who I'm talking about when I say I hate niggers. Because the black community co-signs a lot of bullshit. The black community looks the other way many times when there's shit going on in the hood. And we need to stop looking away. When we see these idiots in our neighborhoods selling drugs to our children and our loved ones, and we know who these motherfuckers are, breaking into homes, stealing cars, stealing everything. We in the black community know who these fools are, but we co-sign the shit by not reporting it, by not saying anything. Because in the black community, there's this unwritten code, about snitching. Let me tell you something. You can't be a snitch if you're not out there in the streets doing the same thing. If you're not involved in that criminal activity and the bullshit that's going on, you need to tell when you see it. You're not a snitch. You're a community member who wants your community cleaned up. You're somebody who cares about your neighborhood truly, because you don't want these idiots in your neighborhood doing what they do. Talking about, I gotta do what I gotta do to feed mine. You don't have to sell drugs. You don't have to rob and steal. get your ass a job like everybody else that's out here working hard. I know it ain't pleasant, but these fools want the fast money. And what's crazy is they get the fast money, a lot of them, but they don't know what to do with it once they got it. So they continue in the bullshit. And listen, I'm not advocating any type of criminal activity to use as a stepping stone in any way whatsoever. I come from the same black community that a lot of you niggas come from. The difference is that I made choices. And those choices were hard. But you know what? I decided to work for mine. I decided to educate myself and learn. And I went out, after high school. I joined the military. I gave the Navy almost 10 years of my life. And I got out of the Navy. I started businesses. But never once did I ever think that I needed to turn to a criminal lifestyle to take care of me and mine. My first child was born when I was 30 years old. And it was hard. It was hard for me and my ex-wife. We had 3 kids, and it was tough. Now my kids are grown. All of my kids are productive members of society. You know what I mean? Now I have 4 grandchildren, and hopefully I'll be around long enough to at least guide them in the right direction. But I say all that to say this, I hate the fact that our community, is so fucked up because of niggas. A lot of hard-working black folk wake up every day. They go punch that clock, or they show up to the businesses that they own. They get out there and they work hard every day. And they make ends meet. Sometimes ends ain't meeting, though. I'll admit that. It's hard. Some people's ends ain't never met. I understand that. But they still keep moving forward, and they stay focused, and they keep working. That's what we all have to do. We need to come together. We need to run these niggas out the community. And I'm not just talking about just recklessly, because some of them can be saved. Some of these young people can be saved, but not all of them. We have to be real and understand that some of these motherfuckers like that lifestyle that they're in. I know this because I used to be a part of a mentoring program, and I used to talk to these boys and girls, and they would tell me, Mr. Ken, I like this thug lifestyle. I like this gangster life. Why? What do you like about it? It just made me crazy to think that this is where our young people are. But okay, anyway, enough of all that, because I'm going to save all that actually for another show. Today, though, I want to talk about this idiot, this nigga. Yes, that's right. To all my white friends out there, this is what a white nigga looks like. All right? 34 felony convictions, 5-time draft dodger, adjudicated sexual predator, 30,573 lies told in his first administration and still counting. Recently destroyed the East Wing of the White House to build a fucking ballroom. Cheated on all 3 of his wives, but he calls himself a family man. Tampered and is continuing to tamper with state and federal elections. Donald Trump was right. back in 2016. That election was rigged. He rigged it. And he got in as a fluke. The second time around, he rigged it and lost because he didn't rig it good enough. And now here he is a third time around. Possibly rigged, just like he says, but he fucked around and got back into office, and now he's destroying this country from the inside out. He bankrupted 6 businesses, all casinos. How the fuck do you bankrupt a casino? A casino is like an ATM that fills itself up. You never have to even worry about putting money into the casino because people come and give you their money all day and all night. But he bankrupted 6 of them. Damn near ended Atlantic City, New Jersey with his bullshit. I remember those days. He takes bribes from foreign entities. Oh, he doesn't? Of course he does. $400 million airplane from Qatar. Anonymous donors, $130 million, supposedly to help pay the troops. After his first term, his son-in-law received $2 billion from the Saudi government. $2 billion from the Saudi government. For what? And we know that went to the Trump organization. That went to the Trump family. So now Donald Trump is beholden to the Saudi royal family to the tune of $2 billion. Think about that, y'all. This is the man that y'all love so much. He is and will be the most corrupt president in the history of the U.S. presidency. Hands down. Fortunately, Democrats won big this just the other day, all across the country. But I'm telling you, Democrats, don't celebrate too soon. We still have midterms coming up next year. Y'all have to get your asses out there and perform. And stop, and let me put this out there to the Democratic Party. Stop talking about how fucked up Donald Trump is and has been. Leave that to us. Leave that to us, the independent, people out here speaking our minds. You at the party level, you all need to start telling people out here, tell the working class people here in America, all across America, in the cities, in the farmlands, tell them what your plans are to improve their lives. That's what they want to hear. They don't want to hear about how corrupt Donald Trump is and how he's a threat, to the Constitution and how he's breaking the law every day. They want to know what you're going to do to improve their lives. That's all they want to hear about. That's it. Tell the American people that. What's your plan? Yes, excuse me. Yes, we are concerned about health care. Health care pricing is through the roof. Me, fortunately, I don't have to worry so much. I'm a veteran. I get VA health care. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not holding my breath on that because it could go away at any time as well. I've been retired now for 3 years because I have a heart condition. Okay? That's just a fact of my life. But do you know they told me that on Social Security and my veterans pension, I make too much money to get SNAP benefits. So I'm not mad about it. I just thought it was funny considering the fact that I know people who even make a lot less than I do right now and can't get SNAP benefits. And they're hungry. They're starving. Their kids are hungry. And these people work every day. They don't sit on their ass and wait for handouts. They go to work every stinking day. And the money's just not there. I hear a lot of you idiots out here talking about, well, they're walking around here with Birkin bags and and Coach bags and driving around in these luxury cars and this, that, and the other. Listen, fuck you, fuck you. First of all, they're not carrying Birkins and Coaches. They're carrying knockoffs that you can get at the swap meet for $10 to $20. That's what they're walking around with. They're walking around with knockoff jewelry. It's not real. But they want to look like something when they go out. So they go buy the knockoffs because they can't afford the actual stuff. You know what I mean? And I ain't mad at them. Look good. Look good for yourself. It makes you feel good. It helps you hold your head up high when you look and feel good about yourself. I'm not mad at that. But most of these people work hard every day. Another argument I hear from MAGA maniacs and people on the right as well, they need to get a better job or, they need to do this, that, or the other. Listen, they're doing the jobs that your ass won't do. They're doing the jobs and services, though, that you demand. Somebody has to work at fast food. We can't have school kids working at these restaurants. They got to go to damn school. Somebody has to work these low wage jobs. And unfortunately, there's going to be a whole lot more low wage jobs now because Donald Trump is chasing away all the immigrants. The immigrants that built this country. These people are running away. They're like, yo, hold on, let me get rid of this ghost behind me. I forgot to turn on the light. There we go. But Donald Trump, who employs a whole lot of immigrants himself at his golf courses down here in Florida, I'm here to tell you, he rarely hires American workers at his golf courses. But he wants all the immigrants out of here. He's deporting immigrants like crazy, violently. And not even the ones that he claimed in his campaign that he was going after. He said he was going after the worst of the worst, the criminals. And every day he gets up there and he lies and talks about, oh, we've deported all of these people, most of them criminals and killers and from that should be in insane asylums and this and that. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. He's deporting mothers and children, landscapers, people that are doing the jobs that all of these rich motherfuckers need because they're not going to get out and fucking cut their own grass and trim their hedges. They're not going to work in these, small restaurants and businesses that provide services to their rich asses. But Donald Trump is killing that market right now. He's getting rid of he's deporting everybody, including American citizens. Yes, American citizens have been rounded up by ICE. Some have even been sent out of the country. And then Homeland Security says, oh, it was a mistake. How? They told you they were citizens when ICE kidnapped them. I watch ICE roll through Fort Pierce every day. Every day I see ICE convoys rolling around town, rolling through the Hispanic communities and rolling through the Haitian communities, rolling through the black community. I never see ICE vehicles in any of the white neighborhoods and none of these gated communities. You don't see ICE in any of them bad boys. Camping out in the parking lots of Mexican restaurants, forcing them to close down because nobody wants to walk in the door because ICE agents are all over the fucking parking lot and on the sides of the streets. This shit is what's happening. Not just here, all across America. Y'all voted for this shit. Y'all voted for this, and I can't believe this is what America's come to. But anyway, you know what? I'm fed up. Hopefully, you're as fed up as I am, and we got to do something about it. Unfortunately, right now, there's no legislative power to curb what's happening. But if yesterday or this past elections are any indication of what next year might look like, you Republicans are in trouble. MAGA, you're in trouble. People are sick of your bullshit. This is why Donald Trump is trying his damnedest to rig 2026 midterms. They're trying to gerrymander and add seats. God bless Gavin Newsom for getting that resolution passed so that California can add seats and they can redraw their district lines to counter what Texas did. See, Donald Trump always talks about rigged elections as he's rigging elections and as Congress allows it to happen, as the Supreme Court allows it to happen. Congress and the Supreme Court are both compromised, and they are co-conspirators in this criminal administration. That's just the facts, y'all. But we can still win. We, the people, can still win, but we got to start putting in the work now. You got to start doing it now. Can't wait until it's too late. All right. So anyway, as I said in a prior post yesterday, actually, you elect a clown, expect a circus. That's what we got right now. We got a full 3-ring circus in full effect in D.C. Trump was right, though, before he said he was going to drain the swamp, and he did. He drained that motherfucker. He dredged it out deeper and loaded it back up with fresh critters. So we got a brand new swamp now. Imagine that. Imagine that. All right, everybody, listen, I'm your man's Ken Jackson. This is the Ken Jackson Experience. If you haven't already, please, please, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Crazy Baby TV World. Won't cost you a dime because I'm not selling shit. I'm just talking shit. I will see y'all Sunday night, 9 p.m. for the Ken Jackson Experience right here on YouTube, Facebook, and today we're streaming live on Instagram. How about that? I just figured out how to get that set up this morning. All right, so until next time, y'all, everybody have a safe day. Kiss and hug them babies. Let them know you care. And I will see y'all next time. Peace. I am out.